Two.
No, right now 0, but I'm sure it'll be more as the day goes by.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what you've got down here. Oh, you still got keep, kill. Oh, so I have to put a list together. I thought about it, and then I got distracted, and I was like, oh, I need to make a list.
A list is good.
List is good. List is very, very good. Okay. Hey, we got one viewer. Hey, one viewer. Don't know who you are, but if you're watching us via the oh wow, it's got to be Vince, because Vince is already like Disney was very successful in thinning the crowds on the chat in the blog bar. One thing I know is Magic Kingdom, the Fast Pass lines are extremely long. Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder Pirates, Space Mountain, Buzz, etc. Magic Kingdom was empty on Saturday. Holy crap.
Wow.
Way to go, Disney.
Yeah. I often ask myself, would there be less lines if they went back to ticket books?
It's a good question.
Because then you don't have fast passes. You don't have this sense of entitlement that, I just paid $110 and I got to see everything. What if you only paid $30 and had to buy a ticket book? And then once your ticket book was done, you either bought more tickets or you just left the park. Or you just went on shows or whatever.
Right.
So would there be less lines if there were ticket books again?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
I'd like to have somebody on like Len who knows the throughputs and things like that. Maybe he can help answer that question. Maybe I'll pose him that question. Maybe come and discuss it with us.
That'd be fascinating.
Yeah. So buying ticket books with a pain. I don't think they would, because I think in today's day they could be electronic on your iPhone, much like or on your Magic Band.
Right. And the My Disney experience is not a pain. I mean, it has moments of being super easy, and then it has other moments just like I tried to book fast passes for August 12th. That's when our passes kick back in. Yeah. I'm only allowed to get 3 fast passes, and I'm only allowed to get 3 fast passes for the park that I'm going to be in. I can't park hop and do park hop passes. Once I declare my park, I'm only stuck there. So,
I thought they changed it. I thought you can get passes in multiple parks now. Yeah,
I thought they did too, but apparently, I'm not working.
Yeah.
So.
All right. You want to fire up the engines and send this little rocket into space?
I do. Let me get back on this page so I can make sense. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John. I come to you from wdwparkhoppers.com. Joining me, as always, is the lovable, the huggable. Be nice to him because he's got a little bit of New Jersey sunburn. Mr. Tony Casanova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. Little sunburn there, pal.
I got a little red glow. I had to go all the way to New Jersey to get sunburn because there's no sun here in Florida.
Oh, dude, that's so. Wait.
Apparently, they keep it under wraps or something.
Yeah, hang on. There you go.
As I look at my weather station saying it's 88 with 58% humidity.
Welcome back to Florida.
Exactly.
So we're very excited that you're here today. We have a great show for you. We're going to be talking about all the news from all around the world of Disney parks and resorts. But our show, Tony, is sponsored by a VIP concierge service. It's sponsored by VIP. It's sponsored by themeparkconcierge.com. You can contact Ramon at 407-257-9973. Him and his team will help you make the best vacation you can here in Central Florida, as they can take care of fast passes and dining reservations and take you around the park and really
let you get the most out of your park visit. They could do Walt Disney World, Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Space Coast, all those kind of things. Contact them at themeparkconcierge.com or 407-257-9973. Tell them the Disney Parks Podcast sent you, and you'll get 10% off your invoice. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was jumping all over your line there. And you'll notice that tonight I am sporting the Big Al Country Bear Jamboree T-shirt from the Disney by the Numbers T-shirt Club. There's a link over on the Disney Parks Podcast website. You can go click that. You could go over there and you could join the T-shirt club. It was a private club for a long time. Now it's open to the public and going like gangbusters, from what I understand.
Oh yeah.
And the cool thing is the shirts are very economical. $13. You heard me. $13. And you've got, like me, I'm a plus size guy, so I get plus sizes. It's only like a couple bucks more. Right. They oftentimes they have men's shirts and women's shirts, specific sizes, specific cuts. And they're really, really good. You only buy the shirts that you want. If they come out with a shirt one month and you're like, nah, it's not my favorite, you don't have to buy it. So it's just the best possible T-shirt club. The quality is equally as good, if not better, than what you buy in the parks. The price is, gosh, so much better. Yeah. And you're supporting guys like Tony and our designer buddy, who is just all around great people. So definitely go sign up for the Disney by the Numbers T-shirt club as soon as you can. You can find that link over on the Disney Parks Podcast website.
Yep. And if you can, don't forget that we are on iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher and all those things. If you can, share the show with anybody, like it, review it, and do all those kind of things. That also helps promote the show. All right, John, you ready?
I'm ready. It's that time to get into the news. Hey, before we do that, got to say hi to Vince and Krista. So,
all right.
Not that Krista, because she's busy doing something else right now. From what I'm
sure she is.
Okay.
I'm sure she's getting kicked. I mean, kicking it.
Kicking it. Yeah. So, if you're like me, you're a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, and I heard a crazy rumor a couple months ago. Apparently, it's true. Guardians of the Galaxy to break out at Disney California Adventure Park. Beginning summer of 2017, the outrageous and irreverent gang will appear in Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which is a comically high-energy, rocking new adventure. The guest will be right in the mix with characters from the blockbuster Guardians of the Galaxy film. They did a great video with Joe Rohde. He was talking about this. Basically, they're completely taking the Tower of Terror, currently at Disney California Adventure. They're not touching the one at Walt Disney World. Again, this is only at Disney California Adventure. And they're transforming it into a Guardians of the Galaxy theme. So basically, you're going to be walking through the collector's collection. Instead of walking through the hotel, you're going to be walking through the collection. And apparently, all the Guardians are going to be in this collection. You have to help save them. So that's going to be pretty cool. Deep inside the Fortress-like collection, the mysterious Tanalier Tivian, or the Collector, is displaying his newest acquisitions. Joe Rohde said he is now he has imprisoned the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they will be hanging in display cases over a giant abyss. The captor doesn't know it, but Rocket Raccoon has escaped and is enlisting our aid. All the guests will help the Guardians in a breakout scheme. Kevin Feige added, the incredibly talented Disney Imagineering team has found a way to harness the spirit which drove Guardians of the Galaxy's success in a way to create this immersive experience with its debut time to the release of the film sequel. Disney is eager to present the attraction to the millions who visit Disney California Adventure and place them in the center of the action to join a mission alongside the audacious Guardians of the Galaxy team. And from what I understand, this is going to be like the gateway to the Marvel world inside of California Adventure, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. I'm sad that we're not going to see any of this, maybe, because of Universal being, here and having, I think, access to these Marvel characters. So,
right.
We're also doing a story later where they're doing some testing over in Epcot. We'll get to that, but so that also then makes me think that something might be happening here.
Yes, I've heard rumors of that too. So I'm looking forward to we'll get into that. We'll talk about it when the news hits. But
yeah,
that's exciting though. I mean, that just makes it more exciting for me when we go out for California Adventure to be able to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Anything that connects me with Guardians, I'm down with it. I'm so excited about the press stuff they did at Hall H from Comic-Con last weekend.
Right.
Really cool stuff. I'm very excited to see what Kurt Russell. Unfortunately, I spoiled myself. I spoiled who Kurt Russell is in the movie, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Sylvester Stallone. Do you know Stallone was in the new one?
Who is?
Sylvester Stallone.
Mickey, I'm coming, Mick.
Hey, Star-Lord, I don't know about you,
but Rocket, come over here.
I think Groot's getting his ass kicked. And
all right, so it's funny. You know, that's weird now because Mark Silverman does the voice of the Tower of Terror and also does a very good Sylvester Stallone. So
we should pay him to do this voice of Sylvester Stallone doing the Tower of Terror intro.
Yes.
I would pay money for that.
Yes, that's what we should do.
That'd be fun.
I'm writing that down.
Dear Mark Silverman.
Mark,
you might not remember us.
No, he knows us. I text him every now and again. Mark as Sly on TOT. Perfect. That's perfect. That's classic.
You're entering a world. I don't know, Mick.
Yeah, he tells a great story that he was on Larry King as Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone's mother was on Larry King. He called in and pretended to be Sylvester Stallone, and his mother couldn't even tell the difference.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he does a good Sylvester. If you can fool his mother, somebody's mother.
That's cool.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, Halloween is just around the corner, and we still don't have an announcement of anything that Disney's doing here at Walt Disney World. Disneyland's made their announcement, and now Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea has made their announcement. So at Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, the special event Disney Halloween, what a very creative name. It sure took you days to think of that.
Well, they did it on a budget.
Will take place at Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. I am shocked. I'm shocked. From September 9th to October 31st, during this special event period, guests can also enjoy the Halloween atmosphere at the Disney hotels and on the Disney Resort line. The Disney-style Halloween event will provide families and friends even more enjoyment and fun at the Tokyo Disney Resort. The special event at Tokyo Disneyland Park will be themed to a Halloween music festival. I'm shocked. Mickey Mouse and his Disney friends join ghosts and skeleton stars in entertaining guests with a variety of amusing and exciting musical performances in Halloween Poppin' Live, presented along with the parade route. Each of the units in this parade will be uniquely themed to a different genre of music and decorated with jack-o'-lanterns, skeletons, and other Halloween motifs. The Disney friends wearing Halloween costumes that match the theme of the units will appear on the floats as fun and dynamic music plays, making guests want to dance along with the decorations in the World Bazaar, and that's like their main street there, the World Bazaar, if you're wondering what that is. And around the plaza, also featuring the Halloween music festival theme. Guests will find a lively atmosphere filling the park. Over at Tokyo Disney Sea Park, which is currently holding the Disney's Tokyo Sea 15th anniversary, the Year of Wishes special event, will present a cool but eerie Halloween event themed to the Disney villains. I like that. So they're going a whole park doing that. That's a cool idea. This year, to celebrate the park's 15th anniversary, the Disney villains will make even more exciting villain-style Halloween with Mickey Mouse and Disney friends. Presented at the Mediterranean Harbor will be the Villains World Wishes and Desires. In the Harbor Show, the Disney villains take the leading role and they put on their best performances to attract and impress Disney friends and Disney guests. Dressed in costumes inspired by Disney villains, Mickey and his friends and all the guests join in the party and raise the level of Halloween excitement. We're going to have to find video of this stuff and put it up on the YouTube channel because this will be fun to see. I think they pull out the stops over there in Tokyo for some of these things. So it'd be nice to see them.
They're way more serious about it than we are.
Yeah. It's nice that they're doing a whole park as a villain thing and not just, having a villain party. They're just pulling it the whole park, which is cool. So, hey, if you have a magic band and you think it's boring as hell, because it's just a stupid little color of green or the now purple, hey, contact our friends at magicyourbands.com. They have hundreds of different styles and types, and they have carbon fiber and all kinds of different designs. You can either create your own design or you can buy one of their designs. Either way, you will come off with a beautiful band that you can wear. You can customize them by putting your name or dates or anniversaries or all those kinds of things. Go check out Magic Your Bands by going to Disney Parks Podcast website. Click on the link that says Magic Your Bands, and there you'll get over there and check them out. And don't forget to use the coupon code Disney Parks Podcast, all one word, at checkout to save 10% off. And our good friends Matt and Tracy are in town. I'm hoping to catch up with them this week. I think Friday night. So they're in town. They were at Disneyland. I think they wanted to see the 60th before it went away. So they were over there, and now they're back over here. So
nice.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Good folks over there.
Yep.
Well, hey, if you are one of those people who are trying to be very calorie conscious, Disney is doing you a solid and adding calorie counts to the counter service menu boards. At a few of the selected service menus at Walt Disney World, they are now going to start showing guests the amount of calories that they are going to consume in each dish. The concept is being tested at a few counter service locations around the property. So far, it's been spotted at the Columbia Harbor House, Magic Kingdom, and the Backlot Express. That's still there. I thought they got rid of that.
Yeah.
Backlot Express at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and menus are handed out to guests are also featuring information as well. So the question becomes: is this something that they're going to roll out park-wide, resorts and park-wide, or you think this is just? I think once people start seeing how much food calories they're going to be consuming, they're going to be like, "I'm on vacation."
I always thought there weren't any calories in Disney, but that was what I was told. There are no calories at Disney World.
Right, exactly. Yeah, once you cross onto property, calories, time, and money don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Vince was asking how many calories are in a Mickey bar. I don't even want to know. You know what? It would be good. I mean, in New York City, it's the law. It has to be on everything. If they're starting to do it in the parks on the quick service, eventually it'll probably cross over into the the dining in the restaurants and things like that as well.
Right.
It just makes it, I think, a little bit harder, for the chefs because, then they have to put together the complete ingredient lists so that, somebody can go then calculate the amount of calories in that particular food item. It's not that they don't have that information, but, they're just going to have to, calculate it then. And I don't think they're going to do it. I think there'll be a team of people, that'll do it, back. But it'd be interesting. I don't really pay attention much to the calories on a menu, and maybe I should, Well,
I'm the last person that needs to be talking about, paying attention to calories. But if this is something that's important to you, it's nice that Disney is doing that for you. And if you don't want to go on vacation, just blow your diet. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It can't hurt if Disney's willing to put the information out there. I'm not going to pay that much attention to it. But I know for some people it's very important,
Yeah.
I think it's good. Overall, I think it's good.
Yeah. Just to make a quick little side tangent on this subject, the FDA is thinking about changing, the information that they're in the process of changing what you see on the nutritional information on packages.
Wow.
But there was a rumor going around that they were going to change it, not even to calories, but it would tell you, if you had a portion of chips, let's say in this bag of chips,
right,
how much, it would take you 30 minutes to walk this off or 15 minutes to run this off. So that people can go, oh, wait a minute. If I have, a whole serving of these chips, I'm going to have to, possibly walk for 30 minutes. Or if I eat 2 servings, I'm going to have to walk for an hour or run for 30 minutes. So, that may put things into more perspective, because really when you look at the calories, for some people, what does that mean? Exercise wise or, whatever. So it'll be interesting if that actually comes to fruition. And then, everybody will have to be changing their, if you eat this filet mignon and mashed potatoes and, whatever, you're going to have to run for an hour. So it'll just be interesting. But it'd be interesting to see what you all think out there, too.
Right.
If you have a thought or a comment on this, send it to us. DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to talk about it. So
yeah. And hey, if you love the show as much as we do, we would encourage you to go visit our Patreon page, which is patreon.com Disney Parks Podcast. And you can help support the show. We have to pay hosting. We have to pay for some other things that we do throughout the year. We have to pay for some of the goodie bags and things that we put together to give to you guys. And so we have some expenses, and we're trying to kind of crowdfund to keep the show free as we can. But if you like the show and want to support the show, please visit patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. We want to definitely give a shout out to our current Patreons. We want to say David, Stacy, Willie, and Eva. Thank you so very much. You are helping us way more than you know, and we appreciate it. If you want to be as awesome as these guys are, definitely go visit our Patreon page. You can also find a link on the website at DisneyParksPodcast.com.
Yeah, so talking about calories, turkey legs and baked potatoes at the studios are out starting August 2nd. So starting August 2nd, guests can no longer find turkey legs at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The seasonally operated Toluca Legs Turkey Company on Sunset Boulevard will be renamed to the Sunshine Day Cafe and offering new menu items. But it's very rarely ever open, and that's true. And I still don't know why. If you have it, you should open it. That's just me. Meanwhile, the removal of the turkey legs will free up some room at the Fairfax Fair to add baked potatoes. A baked potato option will include a 1-pound baking potato with a tri-tip beef gravy and white cheddar, as well as the loaded Fairfax potato, including sour cream, cheddar, and bacon. Turkey legs were also removed from the Animal Kingdom as well, but the Yak and Yeti counter service window now sells their version of the treat. So it's not the exact same as the old, but it's a version of a turkey leg. Epcot and Magic Kingdom do currently still offer the turkey legs, but for how long? So I guess, they're trying to give us more healthy options too. I don't know if loading up a baked potato with sour cream, white cheddar, and beef is as healthy as just a turkey leg.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, we grew up with certain things. Eating a turkey leg at a theme park is one of those mainstays. It's not just a Disney thing, although it's been one of those things that Disney's had for years, so much so that they've got a stinking, air freshener turkey leg that you can purchase. I cannot imagine a world where you cannot get a turkey leg at a Walt Disney World theme park. I just can't fathom that. But I guess, as the song says, the times, they are a-changing.
Yeah, exactly. I am not a fan of the turkey leg, and please don't send me the email about the turkey leg. I don't like the smell. I don't like the taste. I just think it looks like Fred Flintstone walking around with a brontosaurus leg, gnawing on a bone. It's just very weird looking for me. And I don't know. I don't like the briny. I know that thing is brine to hell and back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're getting rid of it because they don't want to offend the non-meat eaters or the PETA crowd.
Or the gluten eaters or whatever.
Whatever. I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
Vince in the chat room's got a great suggestion. We need a turkey leg meetup. Well, Tony won't be there. We'll give him some tofu.
Yeah. Just give me an egg roll over yakiniku.
Yeah. We'll get him some tofu. That'd be Hey,
have a tofu leg.
Hey, let me ask you this: Are you trying to get all the Disney emojis?
I am, and after you tell us the story, I will tell you my story about this.
Okay. Well, after I get done telling you that story and you tell your story, then I'll tell my story.
Okay.
So, if you're a big fan of Disney and Disney parks, and then you're eating up with have to use the Disney emojis, there's some news. The new Disney Emoji Blitz, which is a game for mobile devices where players can collect and play with hundreds of Disney and Pixar emojis, can now earn you some special Disney park emojis. Disney Emoji Blitz is the first mobile game connected to a custom keyboard and features more than 400 emojis of Disney and Pixar characters, including The Little Mermaid, Lion King, Cinderella, Frozen, Finding Dory, Muppets, Toy Story, etc. It's a fast-paced match 3 game. Disney Emoji Blitz lets players match emojis to score points. Think Candy Crush with Disney emojis. It's the same concept.
Or even like Tetris kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like Tetris, yeah. Each emoji collected blasts the board with expressive power-ups like icing away emojis with Elsa from Frozen, or scaring emojis with Sully from Monsters, Inc. So players complete missions to boost their score, and they earn prizes such as rare Disney park themed Mickey Premium Bar, God, say that 10 times fast, Matterhorn, and Mickey Mouse hat emojis. Now, once an emoji is collected within a game, it's also unlocked in the Disney Emoji Blitz keyboard, which can be used to send Disney and Pixar emojis to friends and messages via your regular text messages. You can download the Disney Emoji Blitz now for free with an in-app purchase on the App Store and Google Play. New Disney and Pixar themed emojis will be added in the coming months. So you tell your story, I'll tell mine.
Yeah, so I have the game, and I was digging it, and I wanted to make a little in-app purchase. So I wanted to buy some gems, the $1.99 purchase, and I made the purchase, and nothing happened. I did not get my little gems added to my account. So I emailed Disney Interactive, which is very hard to find. And then I have an iPhone, so in the iTunes store, you have to wait until they batch your purchase, and then once it's batched and processed, you can then click on it and then say, hey, you want a refund, and why do you want a refund? And as soon as I said, well, I didn't get the things I did, they gave me the $1.99 refund. That was great, fine. So a couple of days later, I'm playing the game again, and I hit a new level, and it shows me the leaderboard, and freezes. It won't let me out. I cancel the game. I restart my phone. Every time I go in, it does the same thing. I turn it off again, restart it. Completely frozen. The only thing I could do is delete it, and now I have to restart all over again. So I got to, I don't know, level 6 or whatever the hell it was, and now I'm all the way back to level 3 again. So I email that back to Disney Interactive. I'm like, hey, I got all the way to this level. You showed me the leaderboard. I couldn't get out of it. Every button I hit, nothing happened. She goes, oh, yeah, you should try this, and this. Everything I did, I said to her, yeah, I tried all those things, and still it doesn't work. I had to re-download the game and start all over again. Thank you very much. So she said there's been bugs, and it's a buggy thing. So I may tell you, I like the game. It's fun. It's interesting. I do like the emoji part of it. But be very cautious. I would not make any purchases until they get the bugs fixed. And I don't know when that'll be. And just be careful. Don't go to the leaderboard, because apparently that is not working either. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
All right. So you know me. If you've ever listened to the show, you know that Tony will be the first in line to do anything tech-oriented, and I'm always the cautious one. So I read an article about the Disney emoji thing, and I thought, oh, that's kind of cool, and I'll play the game. Did you notice when you signed on for the game what you were giving permission for Disney to do?
I don't even want to know what I was giving permission for Disney to do.
Okay, as a podcaster, I feel like I have to at least say this, just so that you know, eyes wide open. When you agree to the terms of service for the game, you are giving Disney permission to use the information that you are transmitting using the Disney emoji keyboard. But what it doesn't say the Disney emoji keyboard, it says using the keyboard that you use to send text. So anything that you send, once you give Disney full permission to use your keyboard,
oh,
you can save. Now, the trick is you cannot use the Disney emojis unless you give Disney full permission and access to your phone. So I was like, I'm really uncomfortable with this. And then I turned it off, and when the second I turned it off, I lost all my emojis.
Yeah. I try not to ever read the EULAs because I would probably never leave my house. I would want to be, safely cocooned in bubble wrap, sitting on my sofa, and not, not do anything.
I get it. I understand, and I
knowingly have given up my right to privacy. I've surrendered to that. It's going to be very. The cat is out of the bag. I can't get the cat back in the bag now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not willing to just throw that out willy-nilly and just say it's out of the bag. And yes, I use Google, but I certainly don't use Google for certain things. Yeah. I'm not really comfortable with Disney having access to everything that I send on the keyboard on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with anybody having that much access. Not that I don't like Disney, but I'm just, why would that be a prerequisite to use these stupid emojis? There's got to be data that they're mining.
No, they need access to your keyboard because you're using a keyboard to, tap out the emoji that you want.
Totally understand that. But the problem is they tell you in the agreement.
I don't think they're getting access to the things you type. I think they need access to your keyboard so they can produce the emoji.
Go back and read the agreement, buddy.
I don't want
to. Okay. All right.
Listen, if I write something bad, well, it's usually about Disney, they can certainly see that. I have no qualms about that.
Understood. Well, that's I've said my piece, and we can move forward.
All right. We really didn't get an answer to last week's trivia, which is fine. I am going to give you this week's trivia question, and this week's trivia is also Disneyland oriented. And in the main entrance to Disneyland, there's a beautiful flowered Mickey that they have there. How many times a year do they completely replant that Mickey portrait? Okay.
Like take it all out and replant it, or
they take everything out and they put in all new plantings, and they do it a certain amount of times each year. If you know the correct answer to that, email it to disneyparkspodcast@gmail.com, or I'll post it up on the blog this week as well, and you can comment there. We'll post it on Facebook. You can comment there. And this week's prize, you should take a look at. We are giving away the Ultimate Guide to an Affordable Disney World Vacation by Kevin Barry. So it's not just our normal little willy-nilly thing that we're kind of giving away a very nice book by Kevin Barry that can save you a lot of time and money. So don't forget to go check that out too. All right, Disney had made this quick little announcement that I found that there's going to be some changes to the Jungle Book ample theater opening times over at the Animal Kingdom. A test is being taken place right now at the Animal Kingdom, whereas the ample theater for the Jungle Book, Alive with Magic, will only open 20 minutes before the show. So that's I don't know how long they were opening it before this test. Maybe more than that, but that's kind of weird.
This seems to me like they're trying to make sure that people don't save seats for an hour and a half.
Yeah. The hope is that the guests will take the extra time they would have been sitting in the theater to experience some of the nighttime attractions in the park.
Crowd control, crowd control. You can't sit here.
So that tells us that people aren't going to the park for the nighttime attractions. They're just going for the show and leaving.
Yeah, but the problem is they'll run into the same problem that they have at Fantasmic.
Exactly.
Fantasmic is brutal
because
you stand in line for an hour and then they open it up because they didn't say that they wouldn't have a queue to stand in.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So now you'll just be standing in a line for a very long time rather than sitting for a very long time.
Sweating with your buddies.
Yep. Picking your poison, my friends. I really hope that they, bag this thing and give us the show that they promised us. Because this is not on my favorite list of things they've done.
Well, I've heard nasty rumors. I've heard lots of rumors and speculation.
No, I'm sure.
And it's awfully late in the game. It's the end of July. Summer is already awoken.
Yep.
It's about to go back to sleep.
Yep.
We'll see. Hey, but I do have some really good news.
Yeah.
Finding Dory is now the highest grossing animated film of all time.
Wow. That's crazy.
The sequel to 2003's Finding Nemo hit a gross domestic total of $445.5 million, making it the highest grossing domestic animated release ever. Now, that honor had been held by DreamWorks' Shrek 2 since its release in 2004. Wow. It made $441.2 million, which shocks me. I thought that Frozen had like been the biggest movie ever. Apparently, I was incorrect.
Yeah.
So, Dory, which came out on June 15th, has also passed up Captain America: Civil War for the top domestic earner of the year. The superhero film came in at $406.5 million. Finding Dory is not just a hit domestically; it's already brought in $721.7 million worldwide. Pixar is following up this animated sequel with a few more. In the queue is Cars 3 in 2017, Toy Story 4 in 2018, and The Incredibles 2, which I'm looking forward to, in 2019.
Yeah. I think I also read, too, that between Disney and Pixar, they've grossed more money in this half of the year than, like, some of all the other studios combined.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's Disney's just kind of fell into it. They let's see. Jungle Book was a hit,
right?
Which is good.
Yeah.
They've had the Marvel movies continue to be successful.
Right.
Pixar's done really well. Of course, they had a little stumble with A Good Dinosaur.
Yeah.
But they haven't had a movie that I can't remember. I didn't have one that bombed at the front of the year. Yeah, they did. They had Through the Looking Glass bomb at the front of the year, and they're still doing really well.
Yeah. That was the thump heard around the world.
Thunk. It was almost as bad as John Carter, which I love John Carter, by the way. It's still a great movie.
I mean, was that in the movie theater for more than a weekend? I don't think it was.
No, it was horrible. It was so bad.
Yeah. All right, kids. The only thing I can every time I see the word, it's always abracadabra. But once I reach out and grab you.
Steve Miller.
Yeah.
That's a good tune.
Yeah, it is. That's a great song. So the Abracadabra Bar is now opened at Disney's Boardwalk. The Abracadabra opened recently, I think a couple days ago. The cocktail lounge is located next to the soon-to-be opening Flying Fish in hopefully August, and on the other side of the Italian restaurant Trattoria El Forno. The lounge itself is not very large, and that's not very surprising, and it's available on a first-come, first-served basis. There's room for guests to be seated either on the couches or tables, whichever they choose. I'm sure this is like the Bellevue Lounge. There's not a lot of space up there either. And that's probably what the Boardwalk needs, is a nice big, lounge. The magic of the place really can be felt throughout, as their posters mysteriously change, and drinks can transform before your eyes. You'll also find great magician artifacts as well as other little knickknacks throughout. There's a cool effect to experience it, which is right next to and outside the bathrooms, which shows your face and what you really look like without no mirror distortion. So it's kind of weird effect that they're doing there. I'll have to see if I get...
While you're in the bathroom?
Outside the bathroom.
Oh, okay, because that would be weird.
Yeah, outside the bathroom.
What your face looks like in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Let's be like, ah.
I'm going to be over this way, I think this weekend, or no, I think next weekend. I'll see if I can do some video, take some pictures. So the story behind the bar is and there has to be a story, my friends. The story behind the bar's existence is that this used to be a little lounge with former stomping ground for famous magicians and boardwalk illusionists and lovely magicians' assistants of the golden age. Their goal was to conjure up new cocktails, swap magic, tips, and tricks, until they all disappeared. Poof.
Poof.
Poof. So the bar is exceptionally busy in the evening. No surprise there. But guests can sit outside. There's even some seating outside, too, if you can bear the heat. I did see a drink that was kind of, it's a magic trick in a sense. They put a glass and they fill it with like cotton candy, and then they have the drink in the shaker, and then they pour it into the thing, and the cotton candy disappears. Yeah,
they also have an absinthe drink there too.
A what?
Absinthe.
What is that?
You know what absinthe is?
No.
Back in the near the turn of the previous century, absinthe was a drink that people made that if they didn't get the mix right when they were making the absinthe, it would kill you. But it was hallucinogenic.
Nice.
Yeah, so they've got like a commercial grade absinthe that they've been selling now. So,
wow.
So yeah, they've got an absinthe based drink. So I give that a try. I've never had absinthe before. Yeah. So
all right.
So if you read an article, Disney blogger loses his mind, found running naked laps around the Disney Boardwalk Resort, screaming, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!" It's probably me on absinthe.
Yeah.
Sorry about that visual.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Trattoria. I don't think, like I said, I think it's next weekend with some people. So I'll have to stop by there. Maybe I'll go early, and then maybe the group of us will go over there and bang out some of these cocktails. Have a hootenanny.
A hootenanny?
Hootenanny.
Oh, it'd be nice to go have a hootenanny. All right, so let's swing over to Epcot. There's a very interesting, very, very interesting story. Followed with a picture there. We got to put that picture up if we can put it on the blog. Sure. Height test balloons were discovered over Epcot as plans for Epcot's future world are beginning to take shape. The balloons are floated specifically near the Universe of Energy, currently home to Ellen's Energy Adventure Snooze Fest. If you've seen any of the previous construction projects, you'll know that the height test balloons are carried out to see how a building's sight lines may or may not impact the surrounding area. Typically, high points and corners of buildings are represented by balloons at the planned height of the structure, and then the visual impact is evaluated. A Guardians of the Galaxy themed attraction is strongly tipped to be in the planning stages for this area of the park, and it may very well be that this attraction structure is being evaluated. Unlike the recently opened Frozen Ever After that reused an existing ride system and building, the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction is thought to involve a completely new building requiring the complete removal of the Universe of Energy ride system. Now, the future of the actual building isn't clear at this point, but the closing and demolition of Energy would be a clear indication that management has a very different vision for Future World at Epcot, moving away from the original edutainment concept and towards a blockbuster franchise, or blockbuster franchises, I should say. Yeah. Disney has not yet made a formal announcement, but in the picture, you see balloons that are pretty freaking high up in the air.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, are they gonna build a quasi tower?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Makes you think.
Makes you think.
And all right, let's say it's not Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's say it's something else. What would they be putting there? What do we think this could be? I mean, these are pretty tall balloons, and they go pretty far out. There's 1, 2, 3, like 3, 4 different sets of balloons.
Right.
So it'd be interesting. And there's really, if they had a big building there, you could really only see the back of that building, probably from the parking lot, because it sits really far back. Almost past Spaceship Earth. Right? Or parallel to Spaceship Earth. So you really only would see a tall building. But I guess if you were, at, the World Showcase, would you really want to see a big building,
right,
sticking out?
Right.
So that's the other question. I don't know. I'd like to see, if it's not Guardians of the Galaxy, what? What would they put
if they could put Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm wondering what other Marvel properties they might be able to put in there. I mean, if they're going with Marvel properties, but I mean, they could put Star Wars. Well, they can't because they're doing Star Wars.
There's enough Star Wars stuff over in the other park.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'd have to assume that Future World could almost become like a Marvel thing, but that would be weird. Sure. I mean, there's rules about that with Universal. So it'd be very interesting to see what's going on. I'd love to be in on some of the planning sessions.
Yeah. Hey, call us. We could videotape them for you. Hey, we kind of want to give you a public service announcement. That's what I'm going to call this. We're going to tear out a little public service announcement page. Halloween is right around the corner. And I thought it'd be interesting to go over some of these things. Disney's kind of changing the rules for adults and what we can or cannot wear to a Halloween party. So I tore this right off Disney's, own website. I'm not making any of these up. This is not rumor. This is new. This is factual information from the Disney site about the Halloween party. So keep this in mind while you're planning your Halloween costume. So it says, while we encourage creativity, we also value the safety and good judgment. Please take a moment to read over their newest and latest rules and regulations. So these are primarily for adults. We'll get to some kids stuff. So for adults, costume must be family friendly and may not be obstructive, offensive, objectionable, or violent. Guests who dress like characters may not pose for pictures or sign autographs for other guests. And I know I've seen this, and it will get you thrown out of the park. Costumes may not contain any weapons that resemble or could easily be mistaken for an actual weapon. Costumes may not contain sharp objects, pointed objects, or materials that may accidentally strike another guest. Layered costumes or costume props that surround the entire body are strongly discouraged and may be subject to additional security screening. Costumes may not reach or drag the ground. Example would be a full-length princess dress. Now, for your kids age 13 and under, costumes and some masks may be worn as long as the mask does not cover the entire face and the eyes are visible. For guests ages 14 and older, capes may be worn if the length does not go below the waist. Themed t-shirts, blouses, sweatshirts, and hats are acceptable. Acceptable accessories include transparent wigs, plastic lightsabers, toy swords, holy mackerel, tutus.
I can't read.
Tutus. I'm thinking Headwear may be worn as long as it does not cover the face, and masks of any kind may not be worn. Guests who do not adhere to these guidelines may be refused entry into and or removed unless his or her costume can be modified to meet the above standards. It's a new world, my friends, and Disney is not taking any chances with anybody's safety or security this year. And, just, get a T-shirt, make it look like your favorite character, and move on. So we'll see.
All right, let me see here.
What you doing?
Nothing. I'll have to edit this. I'm trying to weed out the spam. This wonderful chat room picks up spam like nobody's business.
Yeah, I see it.
And I'm trying to get rid of it here. So we'll edit this out. Sorry, guys. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. This is what happens when you run a blog. What the hell was that? That sounded like those aliens from freaking War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it's the one in the middle there, the drama mask.
Do you have a problem where with spam? Mm-hmm.
Yes, you. Is there a chat room bounce?
Perry, you are currently the problem, my friend.
Yeah. Can you bounce them from the chat room?
Yeah. Well, I can't bounce them from the chat room, but I can bounce them out of the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Just do that.
There's one more here. I might as well go ahead and do it when I'm... Yeah, it's a scintillating video, isn't it? Scintillating.
All right, so for the adults in the chat room, is anybody going to the Halloween party? And if you are you going to dress up? And what are you going to be? Go ahead. Type it in now. We'll wait.
You guys are twisted. Yeah, probably wearing a Harry Potter outfit is probably discouraged. All right.
I think Harry Potter would be perfect. Got to give Disney a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you can dine at Magic Kingdom quick service places and receive discount coupons for Disney Springs Marketplace, which is great. This is great. So on the 26th, which is what, today, beginning today, as we record this, during dining at select Magic Kingdom quick service restaurants will earn you discount coupons to use at Disney Springs Marketplace stores. What is that? What message is that sending?
We need your money here, but we want you to go over there and spend a little bit more of your money.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
No, that message is we built this premium shopping outlet and nobody's over there.
A lot of people are over there. I can't guarantee.
They're just not spending any money.
Right. Well, nobody wants to buy jeans.
Yeah.
You know, they want to go to the outlet mall to buy jeans. They don't want to spend $60 on a pair of jeans. They go to the outlet mall, you get it for $20.
Exactly.
That's just me. What do I know? Okay, so the following Magic Kingdom restaurants are participating with the coupon printed on the receipt. So Aloha Isle, Anti-Gravities, Casey's Corner, Cheshire Cafe, Columbia Harbor House, Cool Ship, Cosmic Ray, Starlight Cafe, Gaston's Tavern, Golden Oak Outpost, The Launching Pad, Pecos Bills, Pinocchio Village House, Pecos Bills Cafe is on here twice for some reason, Sleepy Hollow, Storybook Treat, Sunshine Tree Terrace, Tomorrowland Terrace, and the Village Fry Shop. So if you go to any of those places, we'll try to have these links up in the show notes. If you go to any of those places, you're going to possibly get a coupon worth 10% discount at the following Disney Springs Marketplace stores. Disney's Days of Christmas. Oh, I see what this is. Disney's Design a Tea, Disney's Pin Traders, Disney's Wonderful World of Memories, Goofy's Candy Company, the Marketplace Co-op, Marketplace Fun Finds, Mickey's Pantry, Once Upon a Toy, Trendy, and the World of Disney.
What do all those stores have in common, John?
Owned by Disney. Nobody's shopping there because they're all going to the new store.
No. They're all in the Marketplace section.
They are. Yeah. That makes sense.
They're all in the Marketplace section, so nobody's going over to the old school area.
Yeah.
Where used to be the Market Village place.
Yeah.
Nobody's going over there anymore. They're all in the fancy new area.
Yeah. So go enjoy a nice quick service or other type of dining and get a little coupon, go over to the marketplace, because you're going to go there anyway. You're going to go to the World of Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably going to go to Trendy. You're probably going to go to all those places. And if you're not, what are you thinking?
Right.
Just go. This offer is available from July 26th through September 4th and redeemable through to September 5th. Terms and conditions apply, including not to be used in combination with any other discounts and not valid on certain items such as ticket media, DVDs, CDs, and gift cards. Check with a cast member before you purchase.
Yep.
Hey,
So the chat room is asking how these are done. It's usually printed on your receipt that you get. It's usually down at the bottom, kind of like the where you bought a meal or whatever, and then you would get $5 off in merchandise in the Magic Kingdom. Same kind of thing, but now they're telling you to go take your money and spend it over at Disney Springs. So
yeah, it's like when you get coupons when you go to the grocery store. Printed on the back of your receipt is
another coupon.
$5 off dry cleaning at the Moa Joe's.
Yep. All right. Hey, if you have an electric vehicle, Disney is making it a little bit easier to get your charge on. They're putting some new charging stations over at the Magic Kingdom TTC parking lot. The TTC parking lot is primarily for the Magic Kingdom, obviously, and all the other deluxe resorts in the area, and will soon offer 4 EV chargers. These are provided by ChargePoint. The chargers are the same fast charging level 2 stations that can be found at Disney Springs, Animal Kingdom, and Epcot. Although the chargers are in place, they're not active yet, so don't go there. They will be over in the Zorg lot near the disability parking. And also, if you do this, you can go to ChargePoint website. I did look this up, and you can get like a card, and I think you get a little bit of a discount if you charge up your card on their website. Probably a little bit better than probably going right to the charging point and getting it there. So that's it.
Excellent. Well, we talked about this a little earlier. There are some more menu changes coming to Sunset Boulevard at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So they're changing the entire park, and they're like, let's change the menu as well. Yeah. So to offer guests more of a variety of new food options, beginning on August 2nd, Disney's going to begin serving up some great new menu items within the Sunset Ranch Market area at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Inspired by the fresh selections traditionally found at a farmer's market, a selection of baked potatoes, which we talked about earlier, will be available at Fairfax Fare, including the Fairfax 1-pound baked potato with the tri-tip beef gravy and cheddar, which we talked about, and the loaded Fairfax potato with sour cream, cheddar, and bacon. I've also read that they're bringing in some other menu items that we don't have in this story, and that's great.
Yeah,
I'm just not sure I'm going to want to eat a big old fat potato at a theme park in the middle of, and go ride Tower of Terror. Yeah,
I agree. And I like that part of there. There's usually a part of the park. There's usually some good food options, but you have to eat outside. And I usually want to sit down, relax, and cool down, and I can't do that if I'm eating outside. So although the food may be good, I wish they would just cover that area in air conditioning and, call it quits, because
I would love for them to also bring in some of the aspects like they have over California Adventure, where they have, more like an upscale wine area, even if it's not serving a lot of wine, but they have like the wine place up there near, was it Blue Sky?
Yeah.
They got the building. It's got Blue Sky on one side. They got the winery thing on the other. Then you've got like some box lunches and stuff that you can, or box dinners that you can take from there too. I would like to see something a little bit more substantial like that. I don't need the Coney stuff from like Cars Land. I don't need that. I don't need a big 1-pound potato.
Yeah.
Give me a nice fresh sandwich and some nice fresh sides.
Right.
And maybe throw in a nice wine from the Lassiter Farms or Lassiter Vintage. I would be cool with that. I think that would be nice if they really want to make a substantial change to the menu there. I think that would be something that would go over really well too.
Yeah, they do have things like that, the nice wine and tapas, but it's at the Brown Derby little outside eating area, and that area is very small.
Right.
That really needs to be bigger, or put something like that somewhere else.
Very difficult to get into that as well.
Yeah. Now they were also trying it in the writer stop with the cheese board, and they had more wines and beers available there too. But once again, you really don't have a place to sit. There's only
high tops.
Yeah, 3 high tops, and that's it. And there's nothing outside because the rest of that area of the park is under construction. They're not going to be putting tables and chairs.
Yeah, and high tops are not super comfortable or relaxing.
Yeah. Well, not for me, short people. It takes me a step stool to get up there, and then I feel like I'm jumping off a ledge when I have to get down.
Yep. There you go.
So, all right, kids, that's it for this week's show. We love to hear what you think. Send us your email at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. Holy mackerel. I am tongue-tied tonight all of a sudden. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you hanging out with us. If you did so in the chat room and on the live feed. And that's it, kids. As we'd like to say around here, we'll see ya in the parks.
All right. So thus endeth the regular show. Now we're going to do the infotainment part of our show. Where, thanks, Vince. Vince is so uplifting and positive. I need more Vince in my life. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being totally legit.
Yeah.
I know I can be the sarcastic one. And by the way, one thing I learned before we get into the recording stuff, in the back door, when you log into the Disney Parks Podcast website, in the back door, the thing that we see all like the reviews from iTunes. Oh man, dude, I read this one. Oh man, it put me in such a pissy mood. It was no bueno.
Really?
It was so no bueno.
Recent?
Yeah, I think so. Let me go here to the back door here, and let me see. Yeah, and no, I'm not going to read it.
Oh.
I'm not going to give this dude. Not even going to give him the.
Good.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Where did I see it? Oh crap! Oh, there we go. Here it is. Yeah, it was somebody that was on a couple weeks ago, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we had some comments that we were making about the Shanghai stuff they put in Epcot. We kept calling it Shanghai Light. Oh, he took offense to that, apparently, or he or she. Hard to say. It's got one of those names that could be male or female.
Well, what do you call it?
we called it Shanghai Light, and this person apparently took offense to that. And
they live in Shanghai?
No.
Are they a Shanghai cast member?
Yeah, here's my favorite. This has got to be to me, because worst of all, what the hosts probably think is witty, sardonic humor quickly turns into park bashing that comes across as snide, snarky, and disrespectful.
It's hardly park bashing. I want to go there.
Well,
it's park envy. It's not park bashing.
They were referencing Epcot's Chinese pavilion as Shanghai Light. You didn't hear the story, apparently, because what we were saying was they were putting all the Shanghai Disneyland stuff in there.
Right.
But anyway, it just put me off, man. I was just, I should never read reviews.
I don't read them.
They're just, people are just crazy. And, I don't need to be, if you're listening right now, like we got 3 viewers and I pretty much know the 3 people. So I'm preaching to the choir. If you want to go listen to a Disney Parks podcast where everything is just roses and there's nothing bad, I can give you
pixie dust and unicorns.
I can give you the names of 25 podcasts that are exactly that. We are just 2 dudes. I'm me, Tony's Tony. There's no way around it. You either like it or you don't. If you don't like it, that's great. But don't sit and try to rub my nose in it. There's better elsewhere. Well, no crap. You're not getting the point here.
Yeah.
We are who we are. We do what we do, and we say what we say.
There's a reason there's 300 cable channels.
That's
There's
right.
a reason there's AM, FM, and satellite radio. It gives people choices. If you don't like us, there's another podcast you can go listen to, another radio station, another TV station, another whatever.
Right.
Listen, I have my favorites that I listen to, which may be different than John's favorites. So
right. And that's the thing. I mean, I know who we're getting compared to. I know the 3 or 4 guys that we're getting compared to.
That's fine.
Everybody does. Here's the thought. Go listen to those guys.
Yeah.
Don't try to branch out. You're not going to hear anything.
But here's the thing. They don't care anymore. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything about you. So you can go listen, but you're not going to be cared for. So
we're not.
Let's step off that soapbox.
We're going to hug you and love you, and or we're not going to do any of that. Yeah. All right. So I just had to get that off my chest. I was not pissed. Anyway, so we're going to do infotainment, right? Yep. Moving into the infotainment portion of our show.
Yep.
Excellent. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Wow, we're moving and grooving tonight.
Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm sorry. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast. This is the infotainment show. This is the bonus show that we do for you each and every Friday. Sometimes we have interviews. Sometimes we do lists. Sometimes we have special guests. You never know what you're going to get on the infotainment show. And today, we are going to give you some amazing places for lunch inside and outside the parks, because when you come to Walt Disney World, you got to eat. And you don't always have to eat in the parks, and sometimes you don't know all the places you can eat that don't necessarily require a reservation. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Right, buddy?
That's right. That's right.
So we're going to give you what is it? Top 5? We're going to pick top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
All right. So we're going to give you top 5. But the way this is going to be really cool is if you're listening, we want you to comment in the show notes or send us an email at disneyparkspodcast@gmail.com and give us your top 5, maybe hidden treats, hidden gems of places you can get lunch inside or outside the Disney parks, resorts, anywhere on Disney property. We want to know what you guys think, right?
Yep. Yeah, and here's I'll give you a lunch tip too. Don't eat at lunchtime if you can. Eat a little bit later. A, you'll be more likely to get a reservation, and B, if you have a later lunch, maybe you'll just have a smaller dinner, which could also then save you some bucks. So maybe you're not going to have a full-on entree. Maybe you'll just go to a restaurant and have maybe a couple appetizers, or an appetizer and like a soup or a salad or something, which will be a little bit cheaper. So, that's a good tip too. And this came really about somebody was asking me, some places to have lunch recently. I was like, I think we visited this a long time ago, but I think it's time to revisit it because my list always changes, depending on my mood and things I'm into. So I started on the bottom of my list. I have 2 places. And, one thing something I tried to do was to maybe step outside of the park to eat, lunch. And I know that's kind of counterproductive when you spent $110 to get into the Magic Kingdom. You want to eat in the Magic Kingdom. But sometimes it's nice to take a break from the crowds, cool down, relax, regather, figure out the game plan for the rest of the day. So that's my mode. My top 5, my bottom 5, I have 2 places that I suggest. One is Olivia's Cafe over at Key West. Nice small little place that sits right by the pool, right in the main house there. They have very good food. They have a nice shrimp po' boy, if you like that kind of, New Orleans kind of food thing. I never had a bad experience there. The service is great. You can make reservations if you want to. Otherwise, you can just pop in, and you probably won't have a problem getting seated relatively quickly. The other place you will definitely need a reservation or you're going to wait a long time is Via Napoli over in Epcot. So that is in the park. You will have to, have a park ticket. It's over in the Italy Pavilion. It's some of the best pizza on property if you're looking for, pizza, but it's also some of the most expensive pizza on property as well.
That is true. That is awesome.
Yeah. So you'll have good food, but it may cost you a little bit extra for it.
Yeah, but it's so worth it to have those pizzas coming out of those 3 amazing ovens.
Yeah. Yeah, and they do have some other Italian dishes and things like that. I will tell you their rice ball is very good, and I will tell you their Zeppelis for dessert are very good. It comes with a nice Nutella chocolate to dip the Zeppelins in. So those are my two bottom five: Olivia's Cafe and Via Napoli.
Okay, so you say bottom five. You've got two places. So is that 4 and 5, or is
No,
that
that's 5 and 5. That's 5 and 5.
Oh, so you're doing a podcast trick. Okay, fine. Oddly
I
enough,
couldn't
Right.
separate the two.
Oddly enough, those were the last two on my list as well. I made a list of 10.
All right.
Those two were on my list as well. Via Napoli is great, and you should try to get a reservation. But every now and then you can squeak in if you're just like two people.
Yeah.
But Olivia's Cafe, I mean, going to Old Key West Resort is really cool. And if you've been to Key West, it has enough of those things that remind you of Key West that it feels like you're there. And I love Olivia's. Olivia's is like a hidden gem. And plus, you've got the gurgling suitcase right around the corner.
Yep.
And God knows you have to go there and have a couple of cocktails, which if you're in the chat room, apparently that certain word is blanked out because I kept trying to write cocktails and just kept coming up with tails, which led to a very interesting comment in the chat room. So I kind of had to figure out how to make that happen. So one of those days. So Olivia's Cafe, great. Via Napoli, great. My number 5 is probably going to be kind of out of left field. And if you are wanting to have a pretty decent lunch and are looking for maybe a little experience while you're having lunch, I would suggest that you go to the AMC Fork and Screen. It's dining within the movie theater. You're able to watch a movie and you're able to eat. You're able to get all your concessions like you normally would, popcorn and you know, all the little fixings and stuff. But you can also order more substantial food. And I love going there. Now, it is going to cost you a couple bucks per movie, a little bit more. But you get to have a great, comfortable seat, super comfortable seating. And then somebody will come take your order. You get, you know, refillable drinks all through the movie. You can order, you know, snacky snacks. You can order popcorn. You can order food. It's such a great experience. Plus, on top of that, you get to see a movie. And double whammy, if you're here on vacation, you go to the AMC Fork and Screen, and you see a Disney movie, you get the bonus plan. So you got all of it. You got the parks, you got the resort, and you got a Disney movie. So you get a special reward. The Parkhopper John Thumbs Up Award for Vacation Excellence.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It is a good idea.
Yep.
I do like the older menu. I'm not a fan of this new menu.
Yes, they have changed their menu recently, and they're going for smaller bites, I think.
Yeah. They're going for like pub food kind of thing. That's all right. They'll figure it out. You know, when they first opened, I asked, "Are you a movie theater or are you a restaurant?" Because they weren't really good at either one. But they've kind of figured it out. So, hey, number 4 on my list is great if you're in the Magic Kingdom area. It's Kona Cafe over at the Poly. And I'll also add to that, they've brought back the Kona Island now as well. So I don't know if it's open for lunch. But if you can't get a seat at Kona Cafe, you might be able to sit at Kona Island and get somebody to serve you. I know you can definitely do that at dinner. You may be able to do it at lunchtime. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check on that. But Kona Cafe is great. It's got a lot of, you know, nice Polynesian food. They have some very nice bowls, noodle bowls and things like that. That they have for lunch and things. I just like it. It's a very you can get steak there, you can get a sandwich there, you can get a rice, you know, a noodle bowl there, you know, whatever you're looking for. And you know, it's inside, it's air conditioned, it's in the Polynesian. You can get a Dole Whip for dessert downstairs. So it has all the benefits of you know, being outside of the park again, kind of recharge your batteries, rethink your game plan. You know, what did you do for the day? What's next for the rest of the day kind of thing. But definitely check out Kona Cafe. I like it.
And I'm glad I picked 10 because Kona Cafe was on my list too. We have got to stop hanging out together. My number 4 is just my go-to. I mean, it's the easiest restaurant to get into and out of. There's always space available. The food is always really good. It's Splitsville at Disney Springs. It's a big restaurant, plenty of places to sit. They have a great bar selection. They have upstairs where it's a little quieter. They have a downstairs, and during most afternoons and evenings, there's live entertainment if you're into that kind of thing. And they don't have crappy music there too. And I'm a musician, and I hate listening to live music unless it's really good. And they have really good musicians there. And they have all sorts of rice bowls, not noodle bowls. They have rice bowls. They have great pizzas, great burgers. They have nice entrees. They have not as good as California Grill. They have amazing sushi there as well. The place opens up at 11 o'clock. You can get in, and it's one of the few places you can actually get an icy. If you remember that frozen Coke, icy, you can get an icy. It's expensive, but you can get an icy there, and they have a wonderful selection in their bar. So it's just a great place to go. Love me some Splitsville, and you can go bowling or play some pool if you want to.
Yep. Or just have a cocktail.
Yes, sir.
Number trio on my list, and I talk about this probably a lot, and no, I don't work for them. I'm going to tell you to go try Marimoto's Street Food, which is right near if you're looking at the front of Marimoto's, there's the front door. Just off to the left, they have what's now the street food window. We get some nice handheld food. They have some tables there. It's all outside, but you don't need a reservation. So if Marimoto's is very packed for lunch, just go check out the street food. You're still getting the Marimoto food experience. You just don't have to sit and wait forever for a table. If you can get into Marimoto Asia, kudos, go do it. There is also upstairs what they call the Forbidden Lounge. It's got, I think, like a dozen bar stools. And you sit right at the sushi counter, watch the sushi chefs make the food. You can make, I think, reservations for either Marimoto Asia or the Forbidden Lounge because those stools are a hot ticket. If you're just walking past, ask to see if there's any, seating upstairs. Me and Kristen did this the last time we were down at Disney Springs. We just went to the bar, found a seat, and ordered food right off the menu. And the cocktail waitress would, bring the food to us right in the lounge area. So if they are packed and you don't want to sit outside and you want to sit inside, just go to the bar. It's either upstairs or downstairs. They have two different bars, and you can order some food and sit at a cocktail table.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
I've not tried the street food yet, but I've been to Morimoto's a few times. It's always excellent. So I will see your Asian-inspired food, and I will raise you. I love going to the Yak and Yeti at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't love having to make a reservation or standing in line. So they've got a little kiosk. They've got a food truck right next to it, sort of. And it's a Yak and Yeti Express, where you can get several of the main dishes. You can get sesame chicken, a couple of something beef. You get egg rolls. They're great egg rolls. So you can get a smaller assortment from their menu, but you can still get great filling food, great lunch spot, because you can go around towards the back and they have this great covered, it's covered with tree limbs. It's this great little area with a couple of fountains and all the tables and stuff, but it's just, there's trees everywhere, and you can see the Expedition Everest in the background. You can hear the people on the the spin cycle. I always call it the spin cycle.
Primeval World?
No. The dadgum, Cali River Rapids.
Oh yeah.
So it's a great little place. It's nice. It's relatively quiet. If you can get a covered spot, that's great because it's kind of hot in the sun. But I do love going to Yak and Yeti Express. So I guess that's my number 3.
Yeah. I guess what people have been telling me is to get the Landry's card. With this Landry's kind of frequent flyer card, it's good at T-Rex, Rainforest, and Yak and Yeti. And if you have this card, you just go to, the check-in reservation, like where you go to check in, show them the card, and they will guarantee you a seat in 15 minutes or less. Plus, you get a discount. And then I think you also accumulate points. I think it's $25 a year to sign up for that. So if you are a big Yak and Yeti fan, that's how you can cheat the line there. So
nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking that up even as we talk.
Yep. Number 2 on my list is a place actually in the Magic Kingdom. I call it my little secret getaway. It's the Plaza Restaurant. It's on the right-hand side of Main Street, right at the end, right next to the great ice cream, Edie's ice cream place. It's very small. I would suggest a reservation because you will not usually on a busy day be able to walk up and get a place to eat there. There's no eating outside for this. It's either you're sitting inside or you're not sitting at all. And the twist on this is it's really quick service type food. It's burgers and salads and grilled cheese sandwiches and things like that. But you get a server. And they take Tables in Wonderland. So it's cheaper food with a Tables in Wonderland discount. Now, the other very fun thing about this is it has a great view of Cinderella's castle. So whether it's at night or during the day for lunch, you can sit there and have this beautiful panoramic view of Cinderella's castle, assuming you can see over all the people that are outside the window. I will tell you what I get when I get there. It's the Tony off-menu special. Ask for the adult grilled cheese sandwich, and then ask for the tomato soup, and then you can dip your grilled cheese sandwich in your tomato soup. That's what I usually get when I go there. Or the meatloaf, which is always good. But the Plaza is like my favorite place to go in the Magic Kingdom when I'm trying to grab a bite to eat. If I know I'm going to the Magic Kingdom, I do try to make a reservation because it is a lot of fun to eat there. And I like it. All right, John, what do you got next?
My next one is going to take a little bit of work, but it's a lot of fun. They have so many great new places available at Disney Springs. It's kind of hard to just pick one. So, what I would suggest is to do like a progressive lunch. And I know that most people like to do progressive dinners, but what if you wanted a burger? So you could go to Deluxe and get a great burger. And then maybe you wanted a side of poutine. You go to the poutine and get a nice poutine. You could share it. You could get a drink or a cocktail from somewhere and you could have that. You could go to the World of Coke and get whatever flavored Coke that you'd like. And then, you have to have dessert. So you got to go to Sprinkles.
Right.
So you can have like this nice little progressive lunch. And it's a lot of fun because you could go and, if you're with a couple people, you could order a couple different things and then cut them in half and then share. And you get a couple of different tastes of the burger and you can get a couple different poutine. You could try the poutine out and you get a couple different cupcakes from Sprinkles and try that out. That there's different variations on the same theme. I mean, you can go get an appetizer maybe at Paradiso 37. Maybe you can go over to the food trucks and have a nice thing there. You can go over to any of the great places to grab a cocktail. You can go to Bongos and sit at the bar, maybe get a tres con leches, and enjoy just a wonderful experience. You just have to be a little bit more creative in the places you go and just be flexible. And a lot of the places, like Tony and I have been talking about, you can sit at the bar and you can order off the main menu, and you can sit at the bar and order off the dessert and have a cocktail while enjoying dessert. So I would suggest do a progressive lunch around Disney Springs. Works for dinner as well.
Yeah, I agree. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. Number 1 on my list, and this should not be a surprise to anybody that listens to this podcast. I'm going to give you 2 places kind of in the same location. Number 1 is Plancha, which is located at the Four Seasons Golf Course Clubhouse. Number 1, you pull up and they have free valet parking. Number 2, you will probably not need a reservation and be seated very quickly. Number 3, the food is off the hook delicious. They have a chorizo burger, which is terrific. Chris, the manager there, does a great job, and the chef does a great job. I guess last year they redid the entire kitchen. They have a brand spanking new kitchen, and it is great food in there. They have fresh guacamole made every day, very delicious. Number 2 is PB&G. That's Pool, Bar, and Grill. That's located at the Four Seasons Pool. Right outside their big main pool, they have this great place to eat. They have a beautiful lobster roll there. It's all outdoor seating. There's no air conditioning in that place. Plancha's inside or outside dining. And their inside obviously is air conditioned. But PB&G is all outdoor dining. So if it's really, really, really hot, it may not be the best place to go to cool off. But the food is really, really good. And on some nights, I think it's now Tuesday to Saturday, they're also open for dinner. But also call them and check. You can make reservations at either one of those. Just go check out the Four Seasons website. You can call and you can make reservations either at Plancha or PB&G. They do take reservations. I think they're also on Open Table. Check there. Both of them are terrific. I really, really enjoy eating at either one of those, or really at any of the Four Seasons places. But those are my 2 that you can get a nice lunch and get out quickly.
So I love how we're giving our top 5, and Tony's giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places.
Well, 2 of them are at the same place.
Yeah.
My number 1 is at the same place.
Typical Disney. I cannot decide. Can't make me decide. My number 1 place to grab a lunch is one of my favorite places, just because the atmosphere is just so great. And normally it's hard to get a reservation at the main restaurant, which is 50's Primetime Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
But if you can go into the Tune-In Lounge and grab a seat at the bar, you can order off the menu. Not only is the menu for the bar incredible, like their peanut butter and jelly milkshake, which is frankly the best I've ever had. They have a great bar selection. The bartenders are all phenomenal. Lots of personality. The ambiance in the rooms is great because there's TVs all over the room, and they're showing clips from classic 50s and 60s sitcoms and stuff, classic Disney, Lucille Ball, some classic 50s TV shows. They're just, for the nostalgia buff like me, it's great. But the cool thing is the menu they have at 50s Primetime is amazing. But it's really like soul food, American, quintessential soul food, fried chicken, meatloaf, pork chops, that kind of thing. Their menu is really, really good, and you can sit at the bar and eat it. You can have a great cocktail. You just hang out and just enjoy the atmosphere. So Tune-In Lounge is probably my number 1 favorite little hidden gem of a place to go grab lunch.
Very cool. I do love to eat there too. And yeah, listen, if you're a solo, I'll give this tip. If you're a solo traveler, just sitting at the bar is a great place to,
right.
Get a meal for without a big wait.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's our list. We'd be really interested to know what where you all eat when you go to Disney World. What's your favorite place? Drop us a line, DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com. You can toss a message up on Facebook at facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. You could tweet us at Disney Podcaster, and we'll tweet you back. All right. So that's it. Bon appetit. Go grab something to eat, and we'll see you in the parks.
Manja, manja.
Manja, manja. Manja. Manja, manja.
That's excellent.
Hey,
Good
so
list.
Vince is asking about the dress for Four Seasons. So Plancha and PB&G are both very casual because Plancha's on the golf course, so people are dressed in golf wear, and PB&G, people are in bathing suits. So those are both very casual. Ravello, which is the Italian, is a little business casual-ish. I wouldn't have to say you have to wear pants, but just nicer shorts and a collared shirt.
Wear something. You have to wear some type of pant thing.
Yeah, or really nice shorts. They don't have to be, They can't be cutoffs. I will tell you that.
No. What I was saying is you don't have to wear pants. Yes, you have to wear. You can't walk in with your underwear.
Yeah.
And a t-shirt.
Boxers and swimsuits are not allowed at Ravello. And then Kappa is kind of the same thing. It may be a little bit dressier up there.
Yeah, Kappa seems to be a little bit more upscale. It's not that you can't wear like business casual, like casual stuff.
Yeah.
Once you get up there, everybody else is wearing something a little bit more higher end. You're probably going to feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I usually just wear a good pair of shorts and a collared polo shirt at both those places. So, but that's it.
There's a lot of great places to grab food. I mean, and the thing is there's a lot of places just off property you can grab great food too.
Magical Dining's coming. Got my list.
Magical Dining's coming. I can't wait. We got to get together and plot and plan.
Yep.
Because
I printed out the list. I picked some places. I can't believe STK is on the list.
Wow. Really?
We're going there.
Yeah, definitely going to STK.
And Ravello's on the list.
Definitely doing that.
Yep.
That'll be fun. And it'll be even better because hopefully by most of that we'll be there.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the Ravenous Pig is on here, John.
The Ravenous Pig. I think that's how we went last time.
Yeah.
You got to go. If you haven't been, we got to go Ravenous Pig.
And Larder.
Yeah. Well, yeah, now they're working with Disney, so they're
Emerald Chop again.
Yay.
Now, have you eaten over at Bice?
Bice.
It's at the Lowe's, Portofino. It's an Italian place.
No, I've only eaten at
the other one.
Mamadella's.
I think we need to try Bice.
All right. I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I love that resort.
Yep. I got my list so we can print and plot, make reservations. So.
Hey, Vince, he was walking back in the back of the France Pavilion, and he tried the place they sold sandwiches. Yes, I have. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're really good.
A nice little ham and cheese croissant.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And I will tell you, all the pastries made in France are actually made in that pavilion.
Oh,
yeah, they have a second floor, actually a two-story kitchen, first floor and second floor. Most of the pastries made up on the second floor, and then all the rest of the cooking is done on the first floor.
I can't remember, what were we doing there? I guess it was something we were doing with Rick, and we had a Disney person there, so they got us kind of back in the kitchen for a little bit. We couldn't go all the way back in, but there was a dude who was making creme brulee.
Oh, nice.
And he had two of those big, the little, what do they call it? God, my brain is just crap. Little fire things. The little things that they burn, the little torches, that they burn the top of the creme brulee with. He was 250 them. He's like, just going down the line, man, just cooking all of them. Probably had about 100 right in front of him. He was just like, it was just like a machine.
Yeah.
And it was like unbelievable. I mean, like he's the torch ninja. It was so cool.
Yeah. So. Just behind that building, they built a uber secure wine cellar.
Yeah.
For the restaurant upstairs.
Yeah.
And the manager walks around. He's got a video feed on his phone of that wine cellar. Anytime somebody opens the door, his phone dings. Ding.
Yeah. Gotta protect their stock, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Don't want some knucklehead like me finding his way backstage and drinking them blind.
That's funny, you. Yeah.
I'm not as drunk as you think. I'm far worse.
Is this where Guardian of the Galaxy is going?
You know who I am? I'm Michael King Eisner.
Oh, God.
All right. On that note, good stuff, buddy.
Right.
I'll get this online tomorrow,
and
then we'll do the show we did last week. The not the interview, but the other one that we did last week.
We did a show last week?
The infotainment that we did last week. I put that up this week. I can't remember what it is right now, but
okay.
It's all crashing together. Violent shit. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, as
Thank
always. You guys have a great week.
Yep. Peace out.
See you, buddy.